Have you ever had a job that you actually love doing? Now, mind you, this is not like a full-time salary thing, and for 5 years, I did it for free. But coaching is something I love. So our season ended February 23rd. We had our last competition, last day of the season. Little did my cheerleaders know, I already had a band group started for the incoming season. I have been working on this upcoming season for weeks, if not months here and there. And now the time has finally come. It's been all of like 2 weeks. And this week is our call-outs. So I'm gonna walk you through a little bit of what I'm preparing for middle school cheer tryouts as the coach. This is a fun little note binder thing that I hold on to that has all sorts of cheer stuff in it. I use these to put a label on the kids at tryouts so I can remember who they are, and I'll usually do like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. So just at a glance, I have a visual. If you're hosting tryouts today, aside from the Sharpies and the labels, I also highly recommend that you take a picture of each child while wearing their name tag, because if you and your assistants or your co-coaches or whoever are going back and forth on kids, you don't want to be like, you know, that one with the bubble braids, like, and there's 4 of them with bubble braids. It's better if you can say, I know who that is. I also have a little notebook. This was a gift from a coach from Junior Bulldogs. I loved her, and she gave me a going away present. It was very nice. Some of this is garbage at this point that I can get rid of. I have my sign-in sheet for tryouts from last year. So I need to reprint these. I'm glad I'm going through this. I'm gonna put this to the side so I can actually keep those. And then you will also potentially want something like this. This is a teacher recommendation form. So this is gonna go over, what do their grades look like? Is the student self-motivated? Is the student, do they work well with others? Do they maintain a positive attitude? These are all things that I want on my squad. You can make my team not having the absolute best skills if you are coachable and adaptable. That to me is worth more than having clean tumbling. Tumbling you can teach. Personality, a lot harder to change. This is what my cheer tryout, the judges score sheet, looked like last year. This will be changing. While I do like to go off of points, this was like impossible to look at and judge in the moment and be like, loud, clear voice, possible points 3. How many are you gonna give? We ended up just kind of rounding and being like, this section is worth 15 points. They got 10. You know, like whatever it was. So I'm gonna clean this up. I don't need this for a couple weeks, but again, I'm gonna put that out so I remember it. You guys are really helping me out. I'm gonna get rid of a bunch of this stuff now. Judges. So this is Coach Angel. I was a judge, Coach Angel was a judge, and Coach Caitlin was a judge. Caitlin and I started our cheer journey together when our daughters were in kindergarten. That is how we met. We quickly became really good friends, and our daughters were like inseparable. So it's really cool to go like a few years in a different program and then come back and be back with her. I love that. And Coach Angel is our high school varsity coach, and she is just a wealth of knowledge. So it's really awesome to have her to reach out to for some guidance, because yeah, I've been doing it for a few years, but I by no means know even half of everything. Make sure you have a demerit or merit system in place. This I'm gonna put back in my basket. I will not need this until after tryouts. Every athlete that makes the team will receive one of those, and that way they know what the rules are. It's an unexcused absence. If you got in trouble on social media, if you got in trouble for fights in school, all of that is covered in there. This is all approved by the school. And so if you end up benched, it's your own fault. And you know how many strikes you have, stuff like that. Now is also when you start looking to replace your books and get updated ones and cleaning out your file folders. This I've recently gone through, so it's not bad. And I keep our old scores and stuff in here. just so I have something to go back to and it's all organized. Tonight I went ahead and found our cheer, that were our sideline tryout cheer. It's new to us. There is a TikTok Coach Amber that we love. And so I reached out to Coach Caitlin and said, hey, I know that you also love her. Is there a cheer that she does that fits this style that I'm looking for that you think we should use? And she sent me a couple and I was like, perfect. This one is exactly what we need. And I shared it with my captains and they are gonna learn it and I am learning it. And then we are going to teach it at tryouts. Now, they are also going to be learning the school song and the choreography for it, as well as like 16 counts of dance that I do still need to come up with that. Last year the girls did it. I'm telling you guys, everybody looked at me like I was crazy when I said middle school. Middle schoolers are literally the best. I love them. They're fantastic. Now is also when you would need to be setting your initial practices and when and where those will be, talking to your school about it. We are going to practice the first 2 weeks of April, but it will be stunting only so that I can use the rest of April and all of May to build their routine. And then when I see them in June, after school gets out, they'll have a routine ready to go. Our first competition is in September. I've already looked that up. I've got none of them, like you can't register for any of them yet. We don't even know who's going to be on the team or how many kids there will be. But as soon as we can, I'll be registering for those. And we've got 3 right now that we're pretty sure we're doing. But your parents are going to want to know that, and that's the next thing you need to do after tryouts is have a parents meeting. All of my parents have my cell phone number, my email address. You call me, you text me. Like, these are your kids, and it is a privilege and an honor to get to work with them, but like, you're the parent. And like, I want to be able to communicate with them. I need them to know how important that is. So if you are coaching in a middle school, you'll probably need to figure out if you're 5th graders, like what school they're in, and do the same call out meeting for the middle schoolers. And then start thinking about the vibe for your routine. Are you doing game day? Are you doing traditional? Are you doing stunt only? Are you doing no stunting, like a non-mount or a non-tumble? Are you doing like a good luck to everybody kind of deal, or are you like a we're here to take over kind of deal? Because that affects the way that your cheer is going to be set up. And guess what? You need to be creating your hello cheer like now, as well as your timeout cheers and your quarter cheers, and going over the sideline cheers that you have. I recommend, after last year, having them recorded ahead of time so that when your new cheerleaders come on, they're already recorded, everybody's on the same page, and there's no questioning, is it our right arm or our left arm? Is it a broken T or is it a cross? I don't remember. And then everybody trying to figure it out at practice. Like, get that stuff done now. So I've already talked to my captains. We will be recording very soon. Some of them I'm keeping from last year, so we don't have to start from scratch with the cheers. Yeah, it's kind of a lot.